Yo, you Warhammer players, and welcome to the the definitive podcast for the Warhammer 40k enthusiasts in the inland northwest. Your hosts are me, Jeremy, all day 40k Nakano, and Joey Bettingfield, painting Bettingfield. How we doing, Joey?
Doing pretty well.
Excellent. Thank you so much for being here. You can find us, me on TikTok, him on Instagram. Today we don't have any guests, but of course we have our partner, Baron of Dice. Roll that.
Ha! Bad roll. That's okay. Because I'm having more fun than you ever do. Even when I roll ones. How do I get you to shut up? Go to Baron of Dice and then buy some dice so that your army is the same. Then let me take your sister out. What?
And welcome back. So this is our New Year's episode. We have been gone for the last few weeks, mostly my fault. I had a bunch of stuff I was doing. I had to travel home for Christmas, and then I moved. And so I literally spent 2 weeks without the internet, which was hard, to say the least.
Yeah.
Being a very internet person in a house where it was just forced me to do more labor.
Mm-hmm.
Playing a lot of Slay the Spire.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Great game. Great game. Can't wait for the second one. It's going to be awesome. What have you been up to, man?
Yeah. I mean, normal, like busy with the holiday stuff, right? So there's family stuff in the holidays. I work at a nonprofit community center. So if I wasn't with family, I was there because we're doing something. It's a busy time. So I have been quite busy. And then with this new year, I have started back on school. So that is, a thing, returning and getting back in the groove of that. And then now I've been asked to fill in for you for the whatever it's called.
The West Coast Warbands over in Portland, Oregon, here coming up in February 6th of this year.
Yep.
It is an 8-man team tournament. BFH will be there. Joey is, of course, hanging out with us. We also have Floof coming to hang out and play on our team, which is super exciting. Otherwise, we have a hodgepodge of a bunch of people from the BFH group, as well as Bailey and a few of the people from the P&W Warlords to help represent the inland Northwest over at that.
Yeah. So I was asked to fill in and have been able to make myself available for that. So now it's just trying to get everything ready for what I have been asked to play.
Yeah. It's going to be exciting. I can't wait to see how you guys do. List submission is here, I believe, at the end of the week. And then that will, that'll give us time to go ahead and throw everything together. I've done a lot of cool matrixy stuff to help you guys out. I'll just have to update it so that it includes all of the current roster names as well as everyone else's names. And that's just going to do some busy work on my side. Considering I had to pull out really sadly, I'm just doing everything I can to help make sure you guys are prepared and have the tools you need for pairings at the table.
Which we appreciate. So,
it's a shame that we can't have 9 there, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
What about hobby, man? What you been up to?
I haven't done a ton of hobby yet because it was a lot of discussing with everybody like, okay, this is what everybody wants me to play. And being that I am a mercenary, then I will play what the team wants me to play, not what I want to play, regardless, because that I think is just the way that it should be. So it was the last couple of weeks have just been acquiring models to be able to play. I have it, barring 5 Hellions, which if the 5 Hellions that I'm missing don't get here by list submission, then they will just be 3 more bikes instead of Hellions, and that'll be fine.
Nice.
So then now that everything is acquired, it is paint time, except for I've got one unit of witches that I need to build,
Are they
and then it's
spindly and fiddly and hard to get together?
um yes and no. They're old. They're a very old kit, and so it's like torso is 2 pieces, but those just go on the legs, which are 1 piece normally, and then it's arms. So, like, they're not terrible, um, but they are small and annoying.
Sounds
So,
about right. Sounds very
yep,
Drukari.
very.
Small and
Yeah,
annoying.
yep. But most of it I was able to get, built. So, just gotta build 10, and then it's, painting a lot, of
Yep.
little dudes.
Getting just to seeing as you don't have a ton of time, it's just a bunch of battle ready stuff, right?
That's it. Bunch of battle ready stuff, which is fine. I'll do it. It'll be battle ready. So,
True. Any other paint hobby you've
um
been up to?
I did before, like, 2 days before, you asked me if I could fill in, I put so like, I had started working on some of the AdMech stuff, where I was like, I got a new airbrush, for
Nice,
Christmas, and I was like,
congratulations.
"Man, I'm gonna start working on this stuff because it was like, I wanted to see, it's a newer company out of Japan, and so it was a lot of, like, I wanna see it and try it, and these models are small, make sure that it's actually good. It is, super happy with it, so that's nice. Um, so I had just started working on some of the AdMech, and then, you had asked if I could fill in. I was like, "Well, we're done with that." So that's as far as we've gotten. We got some base coats down on, um, the last 5 Rustalkers that weren't painted, 10 Vanguard, and the last tank that didn't have paint on it, so
Nice. Well, I'm happy to hear that that list is coming together and that you'll have a bunch of witch stuff to play with too. More
a
witch
bunch.
stuff.
The maximum amount, you could say. So
Dude, that's awesome. All right. Let's see. I have finally had the opportunity to sit down and hobby, and I have been building some Ravenwing Black Knights featured
yeah.
here, which I'm just taking some Outriders because fuck those old models. And I had some of these plasma guns printed out that fit nicely, like in the little machine gun area, which or the little bolt cannon area, which is great. I took the I had a bunch of leftover bits from the one of the Dark Angels like extra thing because I needed that for a conversion at some point. And then I'm having a bunch of stuff 3D printed from for like the extra like the little totems that go on the back. And that I'm actually getting those over from Bailey over at the Windy City Toys and Collectibles over in Ellensburg, Washington, which you can order stuff, bits and whatnot from him online as well. So you guys should check those out. Um,
Yeah.
Bailey, you're the best. I love you. Um, and and then I took a bunch of Vitrix stuff. Like I'm taking Vitrix weapons, scraping off all the ultramarine paraphernalia, and just just doing cool stuff because that's one of the things I'm missing in my army is conversion work.
Conversion work, yeah.
Yeah, and so this is just like one of those. Okay, let's take a few extra steps, make sure it's cool, and each unit's a little different. This
Mhm.
one I took like I got like a hood ornament going on this one,
Okay, yeah.
little dark angel sign. Just trying to be as obnoxious as I can with every bit I can find, really.
Yep. Yep.
And having a lot of fun putting those together. I have 3 more of those I have to build with those bits. I have to finalize 2 more of the from this and then build a command squad, as well, which
Okay.
will take another 3 Outriders because I just don't wanna use the old kits. I just wanna use an old kit and combine it with an Outrider
Right.
kit.
Yeah, just use some of the bits.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the other, my purchased Space Wolves army arrived,
Oh, that's right. It's
so
beautiful.
it is very pretty. I will take pictures, and we will be able to share them, um, as soon as I get it all put back together. Because unfortunately, like, 80% of it broke in transport.
No,
So
okay.
there is quite a bit of repair work to do, but once that is done, they look great. So,
And who was it from the Pact Bound team that pieced them all together and painted them up?
uh, Taylor is his name. Phenomenal. He's a great painter. And yeah, he built the army. got best painted at a local GT there, and then moved on as a lot of us do. So they
Yeah.
are
I've
they're now with me.
never really sat and talked with Taylor personally, but let
Mhm.
me just say, like, everything Taylor puts in the channel from like a paint perspective, as well as, the armies that I've seen, like, great job, Taylor. That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. I guess notably, I will say, Taylor is. I've been on his channel before. Him and um, one of our Coltons, because we actually have two Coltons on the team. But him and one of the Coltons run a YouTube channel called The Best Wargaming. So if you want to see some of his stuff and or some of his opinions, you can go over on YouTube.
Yeah, definitely go hang out. They do episodes a little more sparse, but like they're
Yeah,
long and
they've
like
they've
really well
been
produced, right?
yes, they are well produced. They've been kind of out of it a little bit as like life gets in the way and stuff.
Hmm.
He's a Taylor's a firefighter, so the whole government shutdown thing kind of messed things up for a while.
Fair enough.
But they should be getting back into the swing of things here. So,
What's with firefighters being incredible at hobby?
dude, I don't know.
We
Maybe
know
I think
two
it's
that are
just
just such good hobbyists.
100% of the firefighter Warhammer players that I know,
Yeah,
two of them,
two of them.
100% of them are great hobbyers.
Yeah, like top
And I
tier
think
hobbyists. Crazy.
maybe it's just time.
It must be.
That, like, they're just at the station for so long,
Yeah. When you
you
work
know? So
7 to 10 days a month, you have plenty of time to build and paint.
yeah. Yep. When they're
Good for
sitting
you
at the
guys. I'm
station for
jealous.
2 days at a
Most of the time.
time, like,
Yeah,
they can play video games or they can paint models. So,
it's amazing. I would like to be a firefighter if that was just it. That'd be dope.
right?
There was a time in my life where I really wanted to be a firefighter, where I was like, I went to school for it and everything.
Oh, wow. Okay. I was gonna say there was also a time in my life, but that was, like, when I was 5, which I think is true for all boys or most.
Yeah, it happened for me when I was an adult.
Okay.
Yeah. When I was 5, I wanted to be an architect.
That's crazy.
Right? Isn't that weird?
That's wild.
Just like, yeah, I want to be a dinosaur. I want to design buildings. Like, yeah,
Yeah, man.
it's an odd choice. But I'm glad I grew out of both of those things because I fell into tech and I'm fine.
Yeah, and that has worked out fairly well.
Yeah. Well, a bunch of stuff happened in the last few weeks, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Um, we have marine changes, we have Necron changes, and like kind of like a mini data slate where it was just a bunch of like really small point adjustments
Mhm.
across the board. Not a ton worth talking about, but what we will talk about are the new detachments and things to be like mindful of today. And then at the end, we're gonna hopefully get into some resolutions for 40K. But moving into that, let's talk about new Marines. So first and foremost, the most important thing to note is that the Vitrix Honor Guard received two very important updates. Number one, they lost a wound. This is the most impactful thing. We'll talk about that as we go. And number two, they went down points. So they're down to
Yeah.
like 120 or 110
110.
and 120 or
Yep.
yeah,
Or 220, yeah.
110 and
110,
220,
220.
which puts them perfectly on par with every other of like the blade guard equivalents, specifically really close to head takers.
Yeah, head takers, and are ICC more expensive?
ICC are actually cheaper. It's
Okay.
180 for
Okay.
6. Which is it's interesting because that's a slightly more killy unit, which is
Yeah. I mean, honestly, anytime that I can get a damage 2 based killy melee unit for under 200 points, I'm pretty happy.
yeah. ICC are really good. They kind of demand to have a character, and it's pointless to
Mm.
take 3
Yeah.
because then when they have a character, they're -1 to hit, or they're -1 to be hit and +1 to hit. So they become an incredibly effective unit with a character, and so they usually go with the
Yeah.
Judiciar, and then you fight first and butcher everything you touch.
Yeah. But that's how
Or
they can get away with being cheap because you're not just gonna take 6 ICC.
whereas head takers and honor guard, you still want to bring a character with them, but they are good by themselves.
Right. The characters just help, but they're not
Yeah.
necessary. So
yes, exactly. So Ultramarines officially have a unit that isn't just a character that they get to bring that helps that just makes them a relevant like melee capable army outside of having characters that make that possible. Um the reason it's a kind of a nerf when it comes down to it is that breakpoint from 4 to 3 wounds is substantial. Um at 4 wounds you're a problem for everybody. At
hmm
3 wounds you're just one more thing that just kind of dies. They have no invuln. Yeah, sure, there are 2 up with 3 wounds at -1 to wound. That's
right.
all very strong. But
It
you know
is.
what
Yeah.
doesn't care about that? Dev wounds.
That's anti-infantry.
Anti-infantry and dev wounds, like, who give like, they don't care. So, like, you don't bring 18, 6 to 12, I think is a very fair number of Vitrix Honor Guard now. I think 6 is kinda like the juicy spot, and then you fill in with other stuff because like, 6 plus Calgar, that's, almost 500 points of stuff alone. So,
Right. Well, and they've just been because they've been brought into line with what they should be. Like you don't have to look at anybody sideways if they're playing Ultramarines and they don't have Victrix. You're like, no, that's fair. You just didn't want to bring them. That's fine.
yeah, it's
So,
it really makes the meta friendlier too. That
mhm.
unit was like it was just a lot to deal with for everybody, and they
It
were
was,
just
and
too cheap.
some armies just kind of like realistically, yes, it's a dice game. Anybody had the ability to deal with them, but realistically, there were multiple armies that couldn't afford to deal with them.
Right.
And that breakpoint going down to 3 wounds is a lot more like, okay, I went from not having an answer to being able to kill them if I need or choose to.
Exactly. And you can't play with them recklessly anymore, even with their blood surge, like because like if you open yourself up to be shot by the wrong thing, you just lose that unit straight up.
Right.
So
Like blood surges are cool, but it's 6 dudes. It's not 20 berserkers. So
right.
like they're gonna
Yeah.
die.
And at 4 wounds, that's effectively having 12 dudes. Um so yeah. In the end, they are now in a good spot, in a much healthier spot than they were before. And the meta should like start to like kind of fix itself and get away from that like ugh, I just don't want to deal with this kind of stuff that I mean because it was
Mhm.
gonna be like the death guard night meta where everything was so big you just had to have stuff to deal with it, and
Yeah.
so now everything's a bit more spread out, and you just have to worry about all the new stuff that's coming out, which the things you don't have to worry about that's new and coming up next is Titus and his retinue. um they are
Yeah.
okay. I mean, Titus is T's and C's, all of the T's
Yeah.
and C's.
Yeah. It's a classic for me. I think it's the classic GW thing where they go, this unit or model, in this case both, is overwhelmingly cool
Yes.
and also simultaneously overwhelmingly okay. Exceptionally average.
It's exceptionally average. It is a unit that almost everybody like in any other army, people are gonna be like, I'm gonna take that. But when you play Space Marines, there's just so much stuff that's like right along the same line that you're just like, well, I can just take this instead, like,
Right.
and be
Because
and
like,
do very close to the same.
right. Like, yes, I understand. Like anybody who is up in arms about this unit, which you shouldn't be,
You shouldn't be.
um, is up in arms about it because of the wound pool and the OC pool that exists for the amount of points, which is kind of crazy.
It is. I
Um,
mean, it's 90 points.
but
Yeah.
their melee is poo poo. Their shooting is worse. And like, other than maybe, I guess the wound pool is smaller and the OC pool is probably smaller. But I think in every other possible way, Company of Heroes is just better.
Yeah, I agree. Like I like Company Heroes in almost every way more.
Yeah.
So
Like, I like them better if for no other reason than a damage 3 heavy bolter is kind of nuts.
yeah, I mean, sometimes that thing pops off, dude. Like I've done like 9 damage to like a vehicle with it before, and I don't know how. Um,
Sometimes.
you got sustain 1, and it's just like, yeah, you failed all 3 of them, and I rolled
Darn.
6s on the wound. Like,
I
congratulations.
guess that rhino's dead now.
Yeah, like it just like it's so weird how much it does. So I think people, if you are forgetting about company heroes, don't. Company heroes are still one of the best units that Space Marines have access to. Continue to
Mhm.
use it. Have it be with your utility characters. Titus isn't a tournament data sheet. You can bring other stuff with his retinue, the Wardens of Ultramar, and be great. Like you can do much better things with different characters. So do that. Um, if you feel you want to bring them, like 90 points for 20 wounds, is just solid. So do that. But yeah, Titus, he looks great. He's profoundly mid. But hey, he has a detachment, so he can launch into the
He does.
Reclamation Force. Joey, can you tell us what the Reclamation Force does?
Yeah. Reclamation Force. Here we go. All right. So every time a Adeptus Astartes model from your army makes a melee attack that targets a unit that is within range of an objective, you get +1 AP. So it's worse Renegade Raiders
Worst Renegade Raiders, correct.
because it's only melee.
Yep.
And then if each time an attack targets your unit, if your unit is within range of an objective marker that is controlled by you, then and the strength is higher than your toughness, you are -1 to wound, or if you have Titus.
So it's just like the worst transhuman possible.
It's yeah. And I have seen some people talking about it because they're like, hey, when do you and when do you not based off of Titus? Because it is worded very strangely if you just read the thing verbatim. But it's if you're in range of an objective marker and their strength is higher, then you're -1 to wound. Or if you're in range of an objective marker and you have Titus, you're -1 to wound.
Right.
That's it.
Right. So it's the Titus detachment. It's fine. Like you could play it and probably like do okay at an RTT. It's a 2 and 3 GT list. Like you're going to beat someone who doesn't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
But
I'm sure you'll have fun.
yeah, it's a fun, cool thing. It's a reason to bring Titus and make him your warlord, whatever. But in the end, it's not a very competitive detachment. And I don't really want to waste a bunch of breath on this one. Do you?
Yeah. Honestly, I think like from my standpoint for other like thinking about other armies, it's the 15-point scroll of proclamation is the coolest thing in the detachment.
Yes.
It's just flat out charge rerolls if your target is on an objective.
You know, when I was reading that rule initially, I was just getting flashbacks to Dark Angels when their
Yeah.
codex came out.
Yeah. Like,
I was like, "Ugh, this is gross. This gives me
Yeah.
bad feelings."
Yeah. It's just that, it's tied to a detachment that is only Ultramarine and is very okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it is the most GW detachment I can think of.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I mean, it's very fitting when you think about the fact that it is for Titus, right? If you put it into terms of like thinking about playing fucking Space Marine, Titus is tough, right? Titus is also super killy. Titus is also very important, but everything is based off of being on near or getting onto an objective, which what are you doing in the game? Always you're playing an objective.
True.
So it makes sense, right? It's just that vacuum is a lot smaller on the tabletop.
Yeah. You know, I just had a thought about Titus.
Tell me.
Of all the things that Titus has and has had on his data sheets over the years,
Yes.
he has no mortal wound protection.
None. Not a single bit of
And
it.
he has been canonically resilient to Thousand Suns for the better part of 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
In real life years.
Real life, actual years. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been involved in multiple vehicle explosions, which, as we know, are mortal wounds.
Mortal wounds. So why doesn't he have and give his unit a 4-up against mortal wounds? I don't understand it.
Yeah, that would make him cool.
It would make him a useful data sheet that you might be able to play competitively amongst 19 other Ultramarine characters.
Yes.
We're so spoiled.
but he is Tacticus. He does have grenades.
Oh, wow. That's
But
good.
you can also only take one Titus because he has 2 data sheets.
Oh, that's right.
They gave him a rule.
Let's talk about his convoluted rule. His terms and conditions
Oh
real
my
quick.
god. This thing.
It's so dumb.
All right. So on the surface, and what you'll hear people talk about is that he has a 2-up fight on death, and then if he kills a unit, then he doesn't get removed. He revives.
Wow.
This is theoretically infinite. There is no cap to how many times this can happen, which
Correct.
is
Very
great.
cool.
However,
What?
it is tied to if he has not already fought,
Okay.
as all fight on deaths are.
Correct.
It is
And
only
that makes
melee.
sense. Only
It's
in melee.
only in melee, and he
Yep.
has to kill a unit, not a model.
But a unit.
Oh wait, no, model. It is model,
Oh, it is model.
but he has to kill a model in order to return with D3 wounds
Ugh.
with his AP1 damage 2 chainsword,
Strength 5.
strength 5, anti-infantry 2, and
Yeah.
8 attacks.
Yeah.
But the likelihood, I mean, I guess he does also have sustained, which is fine.
Yeah, doesn't he give the unit sustained?
Yeah.
That makes him reasonable to take in some.
But it's also, that rule is interesting because it's not while leading. It just says weapons equipped by models in the unit.
Yeah.
So it's their shooting, it's his whole unit shooting and fighting is cool. But at AP1, the world where he doesn't kill a model is far more common than it needs to be for that rule to be good.
Yeah, certainly.
It's cute. And if you can, like, you shoot him, he doesn't stand back up, or you just wait for him to fight and then you kill him and then he doesn't stand back up, and all is right in the world and we don't care.
Because like you're not scared of his unit. Like you're not.
No. You're maybe scared of him. You're not scared of his unit.
Right. And so as long as like, okay, I'm going to put like something with 20 ablative wounds on him.
Yeah.
All right. Fight away,
I'll tell
buddy.
you what, when 6 wraiths kill him, he's not standing back up.
Can you spend precision on a fight on death? Okay. Because it's during a specific fight activation.
Because it's when selected to fight, and on fight on death, you're not selected.
Correct. Okay. Well, the Reclamation Force in Titus is the big kind of like sad trombone of this whole release. Now let's go into what I believe is the true backbone of this release, which is the Bastion Task Force, at least for the Space Marines.
The Black Templar Task Force, yes.
The Black Templar Task Force. What the Black Templars should have gotten in their fucking codex.
This should just be the Black Templar army rule. This is insane.
Yeah. So what is it, bud?
Or maybe not army. Their army rule is fine. This could have been their detachment.
It's good.
Okay, so Adeptus Astartes battle line units from your army gain the following. You are eligible to shoot and declare a charge in a turn in which you advanced or fell back. You are also able to perform an action in a turn in which you advanced or fell back.
Pretty cool.
For battle line. On top of that, each time a battle line unit is selected to attack after resolving those hits, select one enemy unit hit by one or more of those attacks until the end of the turn. They are aspect scanned.
Yes.
And it gives you reroll ones to hit against that unit.
Which is good.
Yeah. You just need to be hit by a battle line unit. And then everything else, all of a sudden you become Blood Angels.
And there's a lot of really cool battle line units.
There's a lot of really cool battle line units. We say Black Templars because Crusaders are battle line. And
they've got the best battle line units.
Advancing and charging 20 Crusaders is really good. Really good. I do think that this detachment finally makes heavy intercessors interesting.
It does. Like the first
and
time
by
I built
interesting,
something
I
out,
mean
it was with
playable.
Yeah. Well, they're playable.
Yeah. They're like legitimately playable in this detachment, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I really like it. Just from like a play around with it type of deal, because you can also take an enhancement that that gives battle line to a character.
Yes.
And so you can go and make like a gank
No,
squad.
because it gives battle line to the character and his unit.
Right. And
So
so that becomes a big fucking problem
right.
with some of the stratagems available.
Yeah. Well, again, going back to Black Templars, right? You put it on a Castellan or a Marshal, and you make Sword Brethren battle line, and they're advancing and charging,
Yeah. It's
and
it's
they're
good.
really good. It also gives them battle line and precision for 10 points. It's actually kind of insane.
Really good. Now also, I was thinking about this detachment a little bit, and I still think it just makes Black Templar even better.
Wait,
But
sorry, that's a different one.
let's just say that
That's
you were
two different enhancements. Sorry, there's a one that gives uh, precision, and then the other one that makes them battle line.
right, okay.
Okay.
So another the other day in Pact Bound, Cybast, you know that
Yep.
uh
Yeah, Sebastian. Yeah.
Sebastian put up a list of just like playing with triple repex, and I like
Yeah.
in like Dark Angels, and I have seen and like been exposed to triple repex even like way earlier in the edition, and
Yeah.
just watch people just like run people over with it, which is really
Yeah.
fun to do. Probably gonna buy a couple more repexes because I'm like inspired recently by it. But I was thinking about, okay, well, what if I want to play this in, say, Ultramarines or any other regular Space Marine detachment? Run a bunch of heavy intercessors, right? So 5 units of infantry, and then you also bring 3 repexes, and then just stuff some characters, some pretty good melee. Oh, and then you can take a blade guard unit and give them +1 to wound,
Yeah.
and make them a battle line unit for
Make them
advance and
battle line.
charge.
Yeah. Yeah. Like with the judiciary, like that's kind of great.
It was pretty cool. Or a captain, or you just do that to a character and stick it on like Matrix Honor Guard, um, and be running around and just doing what like you can do more or less in Stormlance, but you give yourself reroll ones to hit everywhere,
Anywhere,
which is
anywhere, and everywhere. Which 3 repexes rerolling once they hit wherever they want is really good.
it's pretty good.
It's pretty good. I will point out because I have had one person talk to me about it,
Yeah,
and I have to put it out there. As cool as this is, and it does hit battle line, and it makes some battle line like heavy intercessors finally playable. It does not make Grey Hunters playable. They are still bad.
they are indeed still bad.
They're still bad. Yeah, it gives them advance and charge. That's cool. They're still bad. Just play Blood Claws. They already have it.
And they already have it. In which
So-
case, you might as well just play anything else.
Just play a Space Marine detachment. Like, just play a Space Wolf detachment. Play Blood Calls if you want, and move on. Grey Hunters are bad. I'm sorry. Like, that's it.
That's just it, guys. Deal with it. Sorry, Space Wolves players. I haven't built them for a reason.
Yeah.
But
They're
yeah,
cool,
no,
but they're bad.
yeah, this is very much a Black Templar detachment. If you're not playing a Black Templars, you're probably mostly playing it wrong. I think there is space to play it as not Black Templar, as like a standard, like an Ultramarine or whatever else you want to do. As long as you have a +1 to wound buff, all those reroll ones to hit across the board just give you more overall damage. And I think of all the stuff that was recently released for Space Marines, this is the one that actually is playable for more than just one.
Yeah, I think I like just thought about it. What is kind of interesting for the they're they're far less common now than they used to be, but I'll use TCG terminology for the budget players. This makes their Space Marine armies actually kind of playable. Like the guys that don't have a lot of money, that don't buy vehicles because they can't afford them, that have just bought starter sets over the years and have a collection of Space Marines. That makes this actually kind of decent.
Yeah, you can run around with a bunch of battle line and do okay. I'm not saying like this is like a game breaker unless potentially
No.
you're playing Black Templars, in which case it might be a game breaker in some circumstances. Um, but yeah, it's okay. I think it'll be fun to experiment with. Is what it comes down.
Yeah.
To. Our last, and like if that's our our mid tones here, let's get into the wacky bit of what was released. The most meme detachment yet, the Orbital Assault Force. Tell us about it, Joe.
I don't want to, because people are way too excited about this for no reason.
It's so bad.
I'm gonna upset a number of people, and I don't care. This detachment's bad.
It's the drop pod detachment,
You
guys.
can fight me. This detachment is bad. Yeah, at the start of the declare battle formation step, you can select a number of Adeptus Astartes units that are not Titanic, and those units gain Deep Strike. Hooray! That at Strike Force, which is 2,000 points, which is what everybody plays, is 3 units. So 3 units from your army gain Deep Strike. Cool.
Mhm.
Then each time a model from your army makes an attack, if it was set up on the battlefield this turn, it rerolls ones to wound. If it disembarked from a drop pod, it rerolls ones to hit as well. This also doesn't make drop pods good. Those are still bad. In fact, they're worse than they used to be with their new model and how it works. It's awful,
Uh-huh.
and I hate it. What everybody's excited about is deep striking land raiders. You can fuck yourself. It's
Yeah,
not good.
like how easy is that to screen? Like, come on.
Unbelievably. Unbelievably. Because you know who else can do something very similar with deep strike and or strategic reserve? It's Grey Knights. And you know who doesn't do it? It's Grey Knights.
Yeah.
Because it's not good.
It's not good. It's bad, in fact. It is memey and fun.
Yes.
Kirk from who is our friend who went 6-2 at Worlds, looked at it and said, 3 Vindicators. And I said, okay, like, sure.
Sure. If you've ever been worried about your Vindicator not being in range,
Yep.
boy, do I have a detachment for you.
You could deep strike all 3 of them. I was thinking, because isn't there a stratagem that lets you gives you +2 to your charge? Think so? I might be wrong. Let's see here.
I'm looking. No. No, there is not.
Maybe it was an enhancement.
Maybe it was an enhancement. There is a 6-inch pile-in and consolidate, which is cool.
That's always good.
There's a Scout 6. There is a re-roll charges in the turn that you were set up.
Oh, okay. If there is a model that I think a much maligned model that might actually get some meme play out of it. It is not Vindicators. It's not Land Raiders. It is the Punchy Dread.
Oh, yes.
In this detachment specifically, because you pick
Yeah.
all 3 up, and then you get to deep strike them. You rapid ingress them in, and then they just get to come in at all the right angles. You get to do your 6-inch pile-in consolidates and just kind of mess around and have a good time. So
you kill 3 units, and then all 3 of them are dead, and you lose the game. But it was fun.
Yeah, that is indeed correct, because this detachment sucks. It's not good. Play it if you're crusading, I guess.
Sure. Yeah.
Or you really, really want to get your money's worth for those very overpriced drop pods.
Yeah.
That new kit came out and it was like $150 or whatever. It was like crazy.
I don't. It's something crazy, but it
It's
comes
like,
with
there's 2.
Yeah, but no one ever. You're not going to run 2.
I don't play 1.
You shouldn't play 1, and you're not going to run 2. Okay, let's move on to something way more exciting.
Okay, let's talk about the Krons.
The new Krons, as we can call them.
The new Krons. Yes. So number 1, everybody saw him. He got his glow up. It is the Nightbringer himself, all Satan. Now move 8 inches.
Yes.
Which to me, in my brain, sounds like a fucking problem.
Yes and no. Yes and no. I think it is probably currently a problem for the Deceiver specifically, who is the only one who's still on a 40.
Yeah, that old model is awful. Because everyone else
think
is on either a 50 or a 60.
Yeah, they're on flyer or hundreds.
Boy, oh boy.
Yeah, because it's a Redemptor Dread base. Is what the Nightbringer and the Void Dragon are on, and then Transcendence are the flyer base. the clear flyer
Gotcha.
base.
The clear flyer base. Yeah.
Which I think is what's known as the large flyer base.
Large.
Which I think is 60.
Nice.
Anyway, yeah, so the Deceiver is the only one that is still on his 40, unless they changed it, which I am looking at, and they did not. He's on a 40.
Okay.
Yeah.
Close.
Yeah.
Hate that.
He's really good.
He is very good.
The Nightbringer is good. The Nightbringer is very good. The new model is incredible.
Yep.
He is technically, if you guys want to go look, I think it was Tactical Tortoise that did it. Or it was maybe it was no, this is Auspex Tactics. Has a breakdown of like mathematically the durability of the old Nightbringer versus the new one. Because everybody looked at it initially and were like, oh, he does not have damage anymore, which means he's not as survivable. He's actually more survivable in almost every single scenario.
Wow, that's crazy.
By like a lot.
Because he has a 3-up, right? Or a 2-up?
It's 2-up, 4-up, 5-up Feel No Pain.
Okay.
With
-1 damage, right?
With -1 damage and 16 wounds, which is up from 8 or 9.
No, he had more than that. Could have sworn he had like 12, right?
It might have been. I don't think it was 12. I think it was 9. Maybe it was 12. But the only instance of damage profiles in the game that he is easier to kill with are rupture cannons or anything equivalent, which is D6 plus 4 damage.
Okay. Here's the thing. Here's how I feel about all of it. I don't like that Satan move 8 because when they were good at the early part of the edition, they were a problem. And now I've been told the Silent King is too expensive. But for 10-inch moving Satan, honestly, not that expensive.
You're running out of points real fast because all of the Satan are over 300 points. I mean, I guess they do have, it is weird. They do have 2 different points profiles now.
Okay.
They have their points profile and then their points profile if they are in Pantheon of Woe, which we will talk about. That's their detachment because they effectively get an enhancement. And so their points are increased. The Deceiver is the only one outside of Pantheon that is less than 200 points or less than 300 points. He's 285.
Okay. I mean, you don't you don't have to bring every single one. And even then, Ultramarines have taught us that you just bring a bunch of characters that do really strong things and you're good. I think a 10-inch moving Catan is terrifying, and I hate that. I hate that for all of us. Because they're tough. Fair. They're so tough. They don't die.
They are very tough.
Specifically in this meta.
Yes, specifically in this meta. And it's an interesting thing that so I just wanted to point out that he is technically that all of them are more survivable now than they were before because people think that they're not. The difference is kind of just like, I think, a health of the game perspective that -1 damage, even with 16 wounds, that has effectively made him more survivable. -1 damage is a lot less toxic than half damage.
Half damage is
because when you tell your opponent that it's half damage, it feels awful.
It does.
It feels awful.
You're like, I need to put this big gun into him. Nope. No, you don't.
Nope. They're like D6 plus 4. You're like, great. 3? You rolled the 1, it's 3 damage. Good job. Like, it's horrendous. It was awful. So -1 is just feels a lot better. It's just, I think -1 is just a healthier play experience overall.
I agree. Unless you're Blood Angels.
Unless you're Blood Angels. But technically, more survivable because of it.
Yeah.
So
we got a bunch of new Satan. Congratulations to Krons. New Krons. And then we have a new unit. The Necrosword.
We do have a new unit.
Amintar.
This dude
fucks.
1 is good.
He's so good.
2 is so fucking cool.
Yeah, he is bad.
This model is so cool.
Yeah.
Coming from me, whose favorite GW model is a Talos. This is a Necrond Talos.
Yep.
And they're killing me. GW is really trying to get me to buy Necrons, and I don't want to do it. I'm trying to hold out, but they're trying to get me. This dude is so good.
This is the first time that I've looked at like another army, like a little bit, like that. I'm like, oh, I could play Necrons. Necrons are cool.
That was the exact same. So I think this guy will move us into the Destroyer detachment. Because that's also the one thing, right? A Destroyer cult detachment is the one thing that Necrons have been missing this edition.
Yes.
And arguably, and if you know the Necron lore at all, Destroyer cult is the coolest thing that they have outside of Satan. Satan are actually really cool.
Yeah.
But Destroyer cult is fucking sick. And they've got a bunch of cool new generation models that are, again, cool. And that less than half of them were good.
So in this case, seeing as you have a little bit more Necron knowledge than I do, so I'm going to go ahead and read the rules of the detachment, and you tell me how hard it fucks.
Okay.
So rules is add 2 to the strength characteristic of weapons equipped by Destroyer cult models from your army. That alone is already really good. That's a stratagem in Wrath of the Rock. The first time each turn that a Destroyer cult unit from your army makes attacks that destroy a unit or cause it to become below half strength, after that unit has finished resolving its attacks until the end of the turn, add 2 to the strength characteristic of weapons equipped by friendly Necron models, excluding Destroyer cult monster and Titanic model. Holy shit.
What if Destroyer cult was insane and then also just made everybody else better?
Yeah. Like this is a Marine detachment.
If this was a Marine detachment, people would be rioting.
Yeah. Like no, but like the rules feel like it's a Marine detachment.
Yeah.
In that.
Yeah.
Like it has.
So
it builds.
Yeah, it builds a lot. I think just like the baseline, I think, because it's the destroyer unit that people are used to seeing. So Scorpec destroyers, the little 3-legged bladed fucks. Everybody's used to seeing those. They've got 4 attacks. They hit on 3s. They can have dev wounds. Their 4 attacks hitting on 3s is 722 normally.
So 922.
So now they're better than Power Fists, as they are 922.
And how much do they cost?
90 points for 3, 180 for 6.
Good.
Now, this is a T6, 3 wound, 3 up save, no invul. Right? Like, they're not insane, but man, the Scorpec Lord, which people have been running alone for a while now, is going to have 2 different weapons that you can use. It's either 611, which will be 811, or it's 1033, that's 1233. That's cool.
That's pretty good.
It makes the Ophidian destroyers, which are the snake guys that you have not seen in a long time, good.
Yeah.
They are 5 attacks hitting on 3s. They're 422, which was bad.
Sure.
But 622 good.
Pretty good.
They're 80 points.
Good. I love that. Love that for Necron.
But then you're still looking at like shooting, even because it's just destroyer cult unit. So you've got Locust heavy destroyers have 2 different guns. It's an anti-tank gun or an anti-infantry gun. Or now they just have 2 anti-tank guns.
Oh.
Because it was
cool.
The Inmitic Exterminator was the anti-infantry. It's 6 shots, 36-inch range with rapid fire 6, so it's 12 shots with sustained, and it was 611. That's now 811, so you can just kind of pick up a Rhino for free.
That's out in the open.
Yeah, yes, that's out in the open. It's not like egregious, but they're also rerolling 1s to wound, and then if they're not targeting monsters or vehicles, and then if they have the big gun, it's reroll 1s to wound against monsters and vehicles.
Okay.
The big gun is already strength 14, so going to 16 does not make a difference. Yeah, this detachment is so good. It's so good, but
So my favorite thing about it is the destroyer onk enhancement. Where you? So my question is, what unit are you giving that to?
Yeah, so let's go over it really quick here. I
And
guess
that
if you have
so
it open, you read it.
yeah, I got it. So it is the bearer gets the destroyer cult keyword, add 2 inches to the move characteristic of models in the unit, and add 2 attacks to melee weapons equipped by the bearer. So who gets it from the destroyer cult, and what do you attach it to?
There's a couple choices. I think most people are defaulting to raids.
Okay.
Because that makes raids 12-inch move and it gives them +2 strength, which is good.
Yeah, that takes
But
them
the
to
extra attacks,
812, right?
yeah, 812. But the problem is that the cryptech that's going on is not benefiting from the extra attacks in any meaningful way. Where I really like it, and I'm not a Necron player, but where
Oh,
I like
I'm
it,
sorry. It does have to be a catacomb command barge or overlord model.
cool. So we're not worried about it's not going on a command barge, it's
Not
going on an overlord.
yeah.
Where I like it is with Praetorians or Lich-Guard because
I
the
hear
problem,
Lichguard. This is
dude,
Lichguard all the way, dude.
the problem that Lich-Guard had previously is that you take a shield so that they're good, so that they're survivable, but then they're not killy because it's only 621, but 821 is cool,
821's pretty good.
and an Overlord is killy, and with 3 extra attacks is more killy.
Yup.
It's really good, but and if you had Lich-Guard with scythes, they become strength 10. Now Lich-Guard move 5, they go up to 7. Why I like Praetorians is because they move 10.
Whoa. That's pretty
So
fast.
Praetorians going to 12 is really cool, and their rod is 522, so 722 is actually a fairly important breakpoint profile.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do they have a 4-up?
They do not and don't have access to one. That's the downside for them. But they be quick because
Yeah, fast melee is good.
they're fly infantry. They're
Okay.
90 points for 5, 180 for 10. So like they're cheap as chips, as the Brits say. Lich-Guard, obviously, I think Lich-Guard are just barely more expensive. Actually, they're only 85.
Oh, look at that.
So maybe this just does belong on Lich-Guard. It's really good because then Lich-Guard, if they're being led by a noble, which is the overlord that is going to be leading them, then they're -1. Then they have bodyguard, -1 to wound if your strength is higher. It's pretty cool, and it's just overlord. So there's a couple of different options. It doesn't
Yeah.
just have to be on the base overlord. You can do the overlord with the translocation shroud, so then they can teleport, which I think is really cool.
Yeah. This just makes like the infantry Necrons so cool to play. And I love that. And it's the first time I've looked at Necrons and I'm just like, I kind of like this. I kind of like
Yeah.
this army.
Yep. I did the
Because I
same
haven't
thing. I
really
was
been
like,
around
hold on.
in the game when people were playing this cult. So like it's the first
Right.
time seeing it. It's dope. I'm
Yeah,
like I'm genuinely excited for Necrons, kind of scared of the detachment, if I'm being honest.
that's fair. Yeah. And it's one of those like I think it's really cool. Obviously, like my co-captain plays just a ton. He plays almost exclusively Necrons.
Okay.
Um, so I've played against Necrons a lot. So I know them fairly well, but it's a like the whatever the Ophidian destroyers, the snake ones, because they've got the like come out of the ground deep strike thing because they're snakes. Uh, they've had some amount of play for secondaries and objectives and actions and whatever as they have existed when they came out in ninth edition. They've had like niche play here and there. I think they're actually good here.
Yeah.
Um, and then there's the dude that we haven't talked about,
Who's that?
which is that's the dude himself. What is
The
this? Where is he?
Amintar?
Yeah, where'd he go? Here he
Pretty
is.
good.
Yeah, so 10-inch move, T8, 3 up save, 9 wounds, 4 up invul. Very good. Destroyer Cult Epic Hero character. Infantry, not a
Oh,
monster.
interesting.
T8, 9 wound infantry.
That's pretty. Hey, he's a Primarch almost.
He's a Primarch. He's 165.
Cheap.
Not bad. He has Deep Strike.
Okay. What does he do though? Like, what's his thing?
What does he do? It is important. They did fix it on the app. He does not have a 5-up Feel No Pain all the time.
Only when in range
That's been
of certain
fixed.
things, right?
No, he has a 5-up Feel No Pain. 5-up Feel No Pain against mortal wounds and psychic attacks.
Good. Okay.
But it's every Necron unit within 6 has a 5-up Feel No Pain to mortal wounds and psychic attacks.
Pretty good.
He's on an 80 millimeter base.
As an enjoyer of the lion, I understand that.
Yeah.
Wholeheartedly.
As an enjoyer, he's pretty good. He gets lone op if he's within 3 of a destroyer cult unit.
Cool.
He cannot lead, so that's that. A friendly Necron unit, when a friendly Necron unit is within 6 of him, each time they make an attack, if that model has the destroyer cult keyword or that enemy unit is the closest eligible target, they gain sustained 1.
He's
so
just a mini
destroyer cult.
Primarch.
Yep, destroyer cult within 6 always have sustained, and then if any other Necron unit shoots the closest eligible, then they get sustained.
Pretty good.
Very good.
Oh.
And then every time he destroys a unit, you can select one destroyer cult unit within 9, and until the end of the phase, every time they make an attack, they reroll 1s to wound.
Okay.
Not bad. He also has fight first.
Also good.
Also good.
They should make him pick an ability.
They should. Maybe they should. His gun is okay. It's 4 shots, sustained 2, 18 inches, ignore cover, and pistol. It's 621. It's okay. His melee is quite good. It's 6 attacks, hitting on 2s, 10, 3, 3.
He's a little Primarch. He's
which
great.
Is 12, 3, 3 in the destroyer detachment. He's really good. And then he also has 6 extra attacks that are 611.
Yeah. So of the Necron detachments we're going to be talking about today, this is the one that you need to be like aware of.
Yeah.
This is definitely scared of.
No, this is the best one. But that comes at the cost of the others are not bad.
Right. And
this is just the best one.
And most people still believe that like Star Shatter is still probably better from like a utility perspective. Like this is very just like killy when it comes down to it. Whereas, you know, Star Shatter has a bigger
this is very
variety.
9th edition like theory of play, which is like if I kill you, you can't score, and I'll just score in the last 2 turns.
Right.
Which works sometimes.
I mean, that's kind of where we're at in the edition anyway. Everything just kind of, you better bring something that could table the other side.
Right. The difference, I think, here, where like the difference to that style of play that I'm used to, which is like Monster Mash Demons, is that this actually gets a ton of units.
Yeah, like
because the Destroyer Cult are so cheap. Like this is I have a list that I built, but it's 18 Scorpec destroyers, 9 Ophidian destroyers because it's 333, 666, and then a unit of 3 heavy destroyers, a unit of 1. Like it's just really good.
A lot of stuff.
It's a lot of stuff. Also notably the Hexmark destroyer, the Gloctopus, is destroyer cult keyword.
Oh, so you bring 3 of those.
So he's kind of insane from a model that was already kind of insane.
His Overwatch is now crazy because he's like 722, right?
It is 622, so it's 8.
So he goes to 822.
Yeah.
Overwatching on 2s.
Overwatching on 2s, and if he's within 6 inches of Amintar, he has sustain.
Damn. You bring 3 of those. That's so good.
Think he do. Yeah. It's actually nuts. So
Wow.
that's the difference in like the style of play or that like philosophy of gameplay is
Yeah.
that most armies that have existed and have done that kind of thing, especially this edition, have done so with sub 15 units, and
This
this
one has
one
all of.
doesn't care.
Yeah, it might this one in the right hands is probably gonna be very hard to deal.
Yeah. I think this is one of those ones that it's like, man, what's the right choice here?
It feels
Maybe
like
it's
this.
Spectacle of Spite. Maybe it is
Oh,
Spectacle of Spite, where it's like in the right hands, I think this is going to feel wildly oppressive.
yeah.
And in
I mean,
every
just
other instance, it's going to feel okay.
when you think about the movement it offers and the damage output it has, this is the kind of detachment that's gonna nerf Necron in the end.
Yeah.
And, like,
Like
the
Scorpec, there's no way that Scorpec destroyers get out of this without going up.
yeah, like, the Galactopus doing what it does at its current points is a crime
Do you know
already,
what
like,
those
it's
are? Do you know what
already
its current
GOG.
points are?
It's they're, like, 80, right?
They're 75.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, 75 points, so 225 points for 3 units that have a free Overwatch, that Overwatch on 2s at 822. Like, that
And
is
can all Overwatch.
yeah, each of like, you get to do the bunker thing, the early edition Space Marine bunker thing with them.
Yeah.
Like,
You can
it's
effectively
bananas.
Overwatch 4 times.
Yeah, it's crazy. So, I really do believe that this detachment will likely get Necron nerfed in points because the detachment's good. Like, it's a very good detachment. I don't know if it's as good as Star Shatter overall, um, but I think my belief is that it is better just based on the reading.
Right. Yeah.
But who knows? I could
Um,
be way off on.
well, because there's also like the other enhancements are good, right? We talked about Destroyer Ankh that makes an Overlord and his unit destroyer, but you can also there's one for a Cryptek that lets him lead Destroyer cult units, which is great. It also gives them +3 to their move,
So
um,
up to 5 plus 5 to their move.
up to +5. There's one that it goes on a Destroyer cult model that gives their whole unit +1 to hit, which was kind of the Scorpec's problem is that they hit on 3s with very, very small access to rerolls.
Yeah. And those
But
units just
when
have all the profiles for all of the things.
yes, there
Like, it
is
doesn't
a
matter what
Destroyer
gets
cult unit.
popular in the meta.
Yeah,
They
there is a
all have
Destroyer
the
cult unit
ability
that
to
has an
target.
answer. Yep,
There's no reason, like, at no point does this detachment become bad
mm-mm,
if the meta shifts because you're like, "Oh, I guess I'll just bring more of the anti-tank guys." If we get into the big beefy meta instead of the infantry meta. And it's just a minor shift in units. Like,
that's it.
it's wildly good. So,
It's
we'll
very,
see
very
how
good.
it goes. But, like, for all of you out there who do go to tournaments, RTTs and stuff, if you have a local Necron player, you will see this attachment. It's good. So understand what it does.
The other one that you'll see
Speaking of Monster Mash,
is
uh,
is better Monster Mash. So fuck me in particular, I guess.
let's talk
Um,
about the Pantheon of Woe.
the
Um,
Pantheon of Woe.
this has probably the longest army rule I've ever seen. But
Yeah,
we're not going to get into the nitty gritty of each one, but we'll get through the top portion here. So Necron monster unit. So these are the Satans and whatnot. While an enemy unit is within 6 inches of this unit, it is unraveling. Oh no. While an enemy unit is unraveling, each time an attack targets that unit, improve the AP by 1. At the start of each phase, for each Necron's monster from your army, that unit can suffer 3 mortal wounds. If it does, until the end of the phase, the range of that unit's distortion field's aura is increased to 9. Now, that's just one part of it. Every Satan has a rule.
yeah.
So let's go.
Which we touched on before. That is why they are more expensive in this detachment because these rules are basically enhancements.
Yep. So, necrodermal binding abilities for the Transcendent Satan.
Which is the only one you can take multiple of.
Yes, correct. What does it do? Each,
And it's not an enhancement, by the way, also. So they just, if you take 3, they all have this.
which is crazy. So, the Lord of Deceit aura Each time your opponent targets a unit from their army, it's +1 CP.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Which is that's on the Deceiver, right?
That's on the Deceiver. I don't actually
Yeah.
see what it says for the Transcendent. Oh, Necrodermal
It's the
Binding,
bottom
right?
one. No,
The
it's
what?
the relativistic tether.
The source I'm reading doesn't have it. Can you read that real quick?
Well, cool. Yeah. So the Transcendent Satan is in your turn each time this model is set up on the battlefield using Deep Strike or Transdimensional Displacement, which is its ability. It can be set up anywhere outside of 6 instead of 9. If it does so, it is ineligible to charge.
Well, thank goodness for that.
But it's effectively what they were in 9th edition. Transcendence can deep strike within 6, and the transdimensional displacement is there instead of advancing, you can teleport. So they're doing that outside of 6. And all 3 of them are doing that.
Really good at scoring points.
Very, very good at scoring points.
And they don't die.
They don't. The Void Dragon is in your opponent's shooting phase. You select a vehicle that is visible. It takes a leadership test. Until the end of the phase, it is -1 to hit regardless. And then if they failed the test, it is also -1 to wound.
Oh, joy.
Pretty good?
That's so good. Okay.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. The Nightbringer gets advanced and charge.
Great. Let's give that 8-inch moving monster advance and charge. That's a crime.
It's really good.
A war crime.
It's really good. It is 30 points added to him.
You know, look at all this stuff is super expensive, and I get it.
Yeah, it's all wildly expensive, but
yeah.
Anyway,
what is important thinking about it?
What's important about the second paragraph of the detachment rule, where at the start of a phase, each of your monsters can take 3 mortal wounds to increase their aura by 9. All of the Satan have a 5-up feel no pain. All of them. So they're not taking 3 mortal wounds.
No, they're usually taking, what, 2? 1 or 2?
2. 1 or none if I play it.
You do roll 5s good.
It's crazy. It's so good. The detachment rule, obviously, or the detachment does not have enhancements because that is what it is for the ability.
So for you Space Marine players out there, you really, really, really need to consider bringing the the veterans to the table, the Stern Guard vets to the table. It is one of the most reliable data sheets to deal with crap like this, which is just pour as many mortal wounds on that you can. And that's all pretty much 1 damage anyway, so you're not going to get, feel
Grenades, tank shock.
Yeah. Grenade,
all the ways that we killed Satan already.
Take it back to the beginning of the edition when the new Necron Codex dropped, and we're back there now. Everything's a little stronger now, so we'll see how it goes.
Right.
But yeah, this is a good detachment. I'm not sure
all
how
the strats
good it is.
are good. All the strats are good. It's just that I think people are going to fall into the trap of playing 6 Satan. And while 2,000 points will allow you to do that,
you probably shouldn't play that.
I don't think you should. You're probably playing 3, maybe 4.
Yeah, I don't know if you need to bring the dragon.
No, I think he's the Deceiver was the worst previously. I think he might be the worst. Again, not to say that he's bad. None of them are bad. But he might be the worst of the good things. Especially if the meta transitions into infantry, which it kind of looks like it's going to. If it transitions into infantry and out of vehicles, then he will be the worst because everything he does is about vehicles.
Yeah. So, a Nightbringer, a Lord of Deceit, and 2 Transcendents probably is everything you need from a Satan standpoint. And then you just bring in stuff that supports the armor pen stuff, which is just you bring guns after that.
Yep. And which a lot of the Necron army is already AP1. That just was bad.
Yeah.
Now it'll be 2. That's good.
Yeah, you just kind of run your Satan forward and shoot them with I like the big camp tech walkers. I think
Yeah,
that's one of my favorite units.
the Triarch Stalkers.
Yeah, no, the tall one that
Oh,
overwatches the fives.
yeah. The yeah, those
Yeah, I feel like that's in my opinion, it's one of the most efficient units that they have access to.
yeah.
Um, like
It's a
that thing
slightly
just
worse, but also slightly better
yeah.
Doomsday Arc. It's a
Oh
side grade.
gosh. Yeah, it's a side grade Doomsday Arc that's just less points, so you could bring 3 of them on top of your 1,200 points of Satans, and then just have stuff that runs around and scores. Because 'Cause they're
Yeah,
blast guns that damage 4, like, come
they
on.
are. They are. I'm gonna just gush on the Deceiver for a second
Okay, let's hear it.
because he's
He's
so
so
good.
good.
And people are talking about the Nightbringer because he got a new model. And yes, it's cool. And yes, he's good. But the Deceiver is sitting here in the shadows telling you that he's better than the rest of them.
Yeah.
So he's got the same profile.
He's like Cato Sicarius and not or Captain Sicarius, not
Yeah,
Cato
not
Sicarius.
Kato Sicarius, right. So he's got the exact same defensive profile because they all do. Um, let me actually make sure here. Okay. He has one thing defensively that the other ones do not, and that is stealth.
So -1 to hit. Okay.
So that's not
Cover it.
nothing. It's not nothing. Um, he gives you
Grand
a
Illusion,
three. He gives you a 3-unit redeploy,
which is always
which is
awesome.
always good. Always good. That's his ability, right? Um, his melee is actually insane. It's 8 attacks hitting on 2s at 10-3-3.
Solid.
Just a solid profile. His shooting, though, is where it gets
So
a
disgusting.
little egregious.
Yeah.
18-inch range, 6 shots hitting on 2s, 6-2-2
Yep.
with
But what are the little things below that?
right. So they're dev wounds, which is cool.
Pretty good.
It's
Yeah.
precision, which is
What?
cool.
What?
Precision dev wounds already good.
Huh?
It's
What else is
also
there?
anti-infantry or anti-character 4.
Anti-character 4-up. Fuck off. That's
So
so good.
if he sees a character,
It
it's dead.
dies. Yeah. On his little 40 millimeter base.
It's 12. It's a maximum of 12 damage, which realistically it's like 6 to 8, but that kills all the characters,
Yeah, name me the only characters it's not killing is like a Primarch.
which doesn't need precision anyway.
No, because he's alone.
Every character that is attached, it's killing.
Yeah. It will kill every Space Marine character instant.
If Grimaldus gets lucky, it might not kill him
Maybe.
because he can kill his dudes.
Yeah. Or you're playing Dark Angels and you're within range of the anti-dev 4-up.
Sure.
Oh my
Then
god.
maybe you live.
Yes. So
It's insane.
the
He's so good.
return of the Satan, the return of a just generally good smaller unit Necron detachment. And what's our third detachment?
It's the Cryptek Conclave.
Cryptek.
It is the worst of the choices. It's not bad.
Yeah, it's
actually pretty decent, but it is the worst of the choices.
So it's a Cryptek character detachment. Range weapons equipped by Cryptek models from your army have the assault ability. In your shooting phase, each time a Cryptek unit from your army is selected to shoot, select one of the following abilities: anti-infantry 3, anti-mounted 4, assault heavy, or ignores cover. Until the end of the phase, range weapons equipped by models in that unit have that ability.
Quite good.
Yep. You give buffs.
You give
Characters
buffs.
give buffs to stuff.
Characters give buffs to stuff. For the non-Necron players, it doesn't seem that good because if you think in Space Marine terms, you're like, well, if it's a captain, that's only 3 units. There's 4 different Cryptek leaders
Whole army gets set up.
that have different names. So though, yeah, any unit, effectively any unit that you really want, there's one that can lead wraiths. The rest of them are leading warriors and immortals. But giving warriors and immortals these keywords is very helpful.
Yes. Nice and good.
There is also an
good.
enhancement that will let you pick anti-vehicle or monster 5, I believe, on top of.
In your shooting phase, each time the bear's unit is selected to shoot, each time When
It just
selecting an
adds. Okay.
ability for
Yeah.
their augmentations, you get to
You can
pick
also select from the
from
following.
those.
Yeah. So it gives you an additional 2 options being vehicle and monster. So it just fills the gap that you might end up having.
If anything really kind of stands out to me, it's the gauntlet of compression though, where
Mhm.
you get to give a unit that normally an additional 6 inches of range, which is oftentimes the worst thing for Necrons, because Necrons have guns that are table range or 12.
Or yeah. Yeah.
So
Yep. It's either it's the table or they're only effective inside of 12, pretty
yeah,
much.
so that's
So,
a pretty big deal. Um, that said, like this is one of those attachments that it's fine, you could play it. But when you have access to the new Destroyer cult, if you have those models, you play that. If you have your Catans and want or Satans that want to run around doing that stuff, you play that.
yep. Yeah.
It's just
If you
more
just wanna if you
straightforward Warhammer.
wanna if you wanna relive the beginning of 10th edition and play Satan, then play that detachment, and it is very good.
Yes.
Um, I think that it's at least in the beginning, it's not gonna put up numbers that will reflect how good it is because people are gonna play 6 and they shouldn't. But I think when people figure it out and play it what I'm going to arrogantly say correctly, which will be 3 or 4 Satan,
Agreed.
then it will do very well.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine. It'll be a staple for the remainder of 10th edition. Both of these attachments probably will be. We're in the point of the edition where everything just kind of gets murdery, like really, really murdery. So, like we discussed earlier, moving forward, we have a really good look at what things are going to look like moving into 11th edition, closing out 10th edition. And if you are not bringing an army to the table that can table the other side, regardless of what the people are putting down, you're really putting yourself at a disadvantage. So you really have to start thinking in skews right now, um, about really killing skews to see if you can get that line at the tournament of running into the right stuff or just having that, like discussed previously, triple rep X. Like that just fucking kills stuff.
Yep.
Um,
I think if you're not I agree. I think that if you're not playing something that just can table your opponent, uh, your other option is to play a billion units and simultaneously be a very good player.
yeah. Yeah, like
So
if you're running, horde something or other.
it is it's what makes me nervous about this team event and playing the list that I am playing. But we'll see.
Yeah.
So
It's a skew though in the direction of infantry, so
right, it's a skew that we need,
yeah.
and that's fine. So
So just moving forward, guys, it's the end of the edition. If you're just joining the edition now, I would be very aware that the game is just killing. Like it everything just kind of dies. So just be very mindful of that in your unit choices as you build toward it. And then just remember your goal if you're just starting now or you're fairly new to the game still, is to learn as much as you can about wargaming as a whole
mhm.
going into 11th edition, because you can expect that we will have an 11th edition in July of this year, as we have every 3 years a new edition. It won't be a huge change in all likelihood. It will likely just be like refinement of 10th edition rules, and all of the codexes as they are will carry over until they get reformed in the new edition.
Yep, which is
So
the same thing if you're a little bit older that we saw from 8 to 9. Um, and honestly, if it's not that, I will be upset.
yeah,
Like,
because if
if it
they
is
if you
a
go back to
full
Index Hammer
reset,
after all this, like
like, we just fixed it, we just figured it out,
yeah,
don't make us start over again.
yeah. Let's just refine
So,
10th a little bit more into 11th edition and have like a really fucking awesome time where everybody has a plethora of options to choose from and only just get new cool stuff. And then once 12th edition rolls around, we'll be like, all right, we're ready for a refresh. But for now, let's hope 11th edition will be 10.5.
it should
So,
be, and I hope it is. So
yes. All right. that's enough of the competitive advice for now. Let's go into 40K resolutions. Seeing as we
Yes.
got past the new year, let's talk about the things we want to accomplish this year from December to December from January to December of 40K. I'll start us off. My resolution for this year is to get Blood Angels and Black Templar to if I want to jump into those armies, a state where it's not a huge leap to get there. So, meaning I have like 9 Sangard, um, a few Death Company units,
Hmm.
and then be able to kind of just pivot and go. If I like real like if like let's say they refresh some of the detachments and it's like, oh, Death Company did detachment, I'm gonna run in that direction. Same thing with Black Templar, like have a Crusader unit and a few Sword Bro units, just like built, painted, and like, I have multiple range, like pretty much I will have almost all of the ranges of Marines at that point, that I can kind of switch and bounce between as needed. So that is my resolution this year is to get these 2 Space Marine armies up, and then after that, it'll pretty much just be Death Watch that I'm missing, I think,
Yeah, which
outside
is
of, like,
that's
character.
a very that's a long term hobby project if it's something that you even want to tackle.
Right. And
So
for the most part, like, Death Watch, I would just be like, "Let me just pick and pull from my piles of all
yeah,
other stuff."
yep,
So, that's my primary resolution this year is to get those 2 armies up, and I'll be at the, like, Mr. Space Marine spot at that stage.
yep, yeah, that's fair. I like that. Just a hobby resolution, though? No competitive resolutions?
Well, we kinda talked about our resolution for the
I guess
current
we
season
did
of
at the start of the
ITC,
season. Yeah, we did do it at the start of the season. That's fair.
which is for me, it's still win a GT, or at least go undefeated at a GT would be it. Like, if I don't win, I don't win, but going 5-0 at a GT would be great. Um, and then, top 5 Dark Angels like, worldwide
Yeah,
in both
right, which
hobby
is still
and play.
yeah. So that really hasn't changed. Yeah, I think I would like, and this is gonna sound, it's gonna sound weird to the handful of listeners that we have that, like, are local and know me and see the things that I have produced. Um, I would like this year, um, to have my AdMech painted to a level that is actually indicative of what I am capable of. Like, I
Love that.
want my AdMech army, I want to take 2,000 points on a table and actually go, like, put something I'm legitimately proud of the way that it looks, and for people to look at and go, "Oh shit, that actually looks really good." Because it is something that I have done before, and it's something I'm capable of, but it's something I've not done in a very long time.
Yeah. I really wanna see that too. Um,
Because like we talked about it in the beginning. I worked on them a little bit the other day, and I just really that scheme is so cool.
yeah, it's dope.
I really like the color, and I just need to keep working on it.
It leaps off the table, so just keep handling it, and I'm sure, like, I think we both have very attainable goals. Like, winning a GT or going undefeated GT is fucking hard, regardless of
It
what
is.
GT you go to, and I'm gonna try
Yep.
my best. If I don't get there, I don't get there. I'm already, like, painting myself into a corner by being like, "I am playing Dark Angels until the end of this ITC season," so,
Yeah.
um, like, that goal makes that a bit harder, but I think it would be really cool to, compete for like hobby best in faction because I think with Dark Angels I can definitely do. So we'll see how it goes. There are some very very good Dark Angels players on the West Coast, which makes it very hard for me to get there. Um, but I should be able to get to enough events to at least compete for it.
Hmm.
Which is
Yeah.
all very exciting. But that is there anything else you want to go over before we conclude our show for the day?
No, I think that's good. Yeah, I think jumping into anything else is going to be a new topic, and that could also be described as a new episode.
Yeah, and I think we'll get into that on the next time. So for now, thank you so much for joining us. We welcome your questions, your comments, your suggestions, and requests. If you could do us a favor, share us with your friends. Oh, I did want to mention one milestone and thank everybody for subscribing. We're at 106 subscribers on YouTube. So that's an
Hey,
exciting little bit there. So we
nice.
did hit
Yeah.
100 over the new year, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
And as we go, I got a lot of like really positive like feedback on just like my quick little Dark Angels video I did that I like stealth dropped um
Mhm.
in the in between. So we'll try to like work on those little in between type stuff as well as we
Yeah.
go and really try to produce more interesting content for you guys around the stuff that we're personally like playing and doing. So again, we appreciate you being here, and we'll see you next time at the Yop.
See you around.